Hey ladies, welcome back to Manifesting Queens. I'm your host, Cora James. I'm the leading intuitive business mentor and manifesting alchemist here to support spiritual leaders, expand your consciousness, elevate your frequency, and manifest everything you desire. And I wanted to really quickly jump on today. I've just jumped off of a call in my Rich CEO Sisterhood with some of my girls, and I'm so pumped up. It was such a beautiful call. We were pulling cards and talking all things intuition and taking action in your business and all of that stuff. And one of the things that came up for one of my beautiful clients was we'd been talking about intuition and how to tap into your intuition and receiving these inspired ideas. And she said, I had this idea and I was so lit up about it and I was journaling on it. I was so excited to share it. But then the doubt starts to creep in. That conscious mind starts to come up with all these reasons for why you can't, wouldn't, shouldn't take action on it. And we started to delve into it, and it really came back to this fear of being seen, fear of being judged, worrying what other people would think about kind of like this point of view or this idea that she really wanted to bring into the world. So this is so common. It's so common, when we're starting, and not even just when we're starting, but every level you go to, you're going to be taking bigger and bolder action, and it can really highlight this part of you that really cares too much what other people think. It is totally normal and natural, okay? But I wanted to spend some time going through this today to help you because it crushes so many dreams, and you'll sabotage yourself and you won't show up, okay? And there are people who need you in your work. So let's dive into it. I want to firstly explain basically the function of your brain when it comes to having these stories, okay? Our brain is still quite primal, hasn't really changed too much from back in the day. So obviously its main function is to keep you safe, all right? So it helps to understand this because it helps to quiet that inner critic. So when these beliefs come up about caring so much about what other people think, you need to acknowledge it, because we have to acknowledge these shadow parts of us. They're not just going to go away. But then you can start to have a conversation, okay? And bear in mind that, like I said, your brain is primal. We come into the world, we need to assimilate. We need connection with our parents, with someone to provide care for us, to make sure we survive. But what happens is that for so many of us, we don't cut the cord, because back in the day, it was quite the herd mentality. We needed to live in a group to survive, to get food, to have our needs met. And if we didn't, we would die. And it was like really serious. And our brain still thinks like that. It's like we need people to accept us and connect with us, or we might die, okay? But it's absolutely, obviously, as you know, it's not the truth, okay? So all you have to do is be able to have these conversations with yourself and debunk and peel away some of this fear. So when it comes to fear of what other people think, what are you actually afraid of? What are you actually afraid of? All right. And let me know in the comments below when you truly think, oh my gosh, I'm scared to put myself out there. I'm scared to share my message. I'm scared to be ridiculed. What if someone ridicules me? What if someone doesn't like what I'm saying? What are you actually afraid of? Okay. Is it just that I'm afraid someone's not going to like me? Well, then we need to look at, okay, the reality of it is not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone is your person, and that's okay. So first of all, I will say, make peace with that. Your people who aren't your people, that's cool. Do you know what? Even haters have their place. But I have to say, Rachel, thanks for watching, Rachel. Abandonment. Okay, so you feel like if you show up fully and share what you want, there's going to be some abandonment there. People might stop talking to you or stop. And that is a really common wound from childhood, okay? Really, really common. So then you need to sit down and look at, what I'm actually afraid of. I'm afraid of being abandoned. I'm afraid people won't like me. What's the truth here though? If we look at the truth, the people who I know and love and trust and that love me, would they ever actually abandon me based on something that I'm doing or my point of view? No. If they truly love you and they're truly meant to be in your life, of course they would never change based on that, okay? And then we need to look at people who, if they did abandon us or stop talking to us, well, we need to accept that they're not our people. And I have to be really honest, I've lost a lot of people on this journey. I've lost a lot of people that are close to me that don't get what I'm doing. They don't understand it. They think I'm doing this weird woo-woo stuff. And we had, it probably sounds a bit like wanky, I don't know, but I just outgrew a lot of people. We no longer had the same interests and values, and that's okay. And you know what? I've had so many more beautiful people come into my life to take their place that are so supportive, and they hype me up and they support my posts and the work that I do, all right? So part of it is going to be accepting that some people aren't for you and some people are going to fade away, and that's okay. And the rest of the time, if anyone did disagree with what you have to say, do you know what? You can block them. You can delete them. If anyone puts a comment on your stuff that you don't like, you get to delete that. You're in charge of that, okay? No one gets to rain on your parade, especially when you show it from a place of genuine passion and caring and you're trying to help others. I saw this happen to a girlfriend of mine in industry the other day. She put up a bit of a controversial post and people like jumped on it and ripped shreds off her. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe people do that, because she's so kind and caring and genuinely wants to help. And that speaks more about the other person. And I said this to my beautiful girl today. Hey, let me just see, Gracie, hurting people if I don't know what I'm doing.